You know, you said that Mike was testing the AI news and that kind of, is he still doing that with the podcast show? Now, do you want to explain how that, as an exercise, so people can like see what AI can actually do and how he's managed that?
So as a complete experiment, we wanted to see if we could automate a podcast 100% with AI. And we did it. So obviously we've already cloned Mike's voice. He then worked tirelessly with all the API hookings from point A, B to C, D, and so on, to effectively work in the way that he will star 3-4 articles every day, and AI will generate, based on those articles, a news read of what's happening in the industry, and it will record. Obviously, the audio will be recorded, and it will be published as to a podcast feed. So it's effectively takes us 5 minutes every day to do a daily podcast. That is highly relevant because obviously we scan the information on all the AI news that come out, and all it takes is just like, oh, this is interesting, star. This is interesting, star. And then a fully produced podcast comes out at the other
so
end.
The AI kind of filters what he's decided, given it parameters of what kind of news articles to find, and then he selects which ones he thinks is interesting.
Yeah, that's it. So that's the only element we need to do is just select what pieces of information we want to include in the podcast. You know, we could completely automate it and say, just based on those parameters, find news reads, news stories, and just get on with it. But we don't want to do that. We want to still keep that element of actually knowing what goes out every day in those news stories. And it's been incredibly successful. We have not promoted that podcast at all. And I mean at all. It's been running just for over 6 months. But it gets now, I think, on average, up to 1,000 downloads per episode. So it's like, completely zero promotion whatsoever. You can check it out yourself. It's called AI News Today, and it's literally just a 2-3 minute summary of what's happened in the AI world at the end of the day, and it's just as simple as that. So
I'll pop some links in the show notes. I haven't actually listened to them because I was interested to hear how his cloned voice sounds compared to...
you can't tell. You can't tell. You know, I mean, it's like I'm his wife, right? I speak to him every day. I couldn't tell. I would be like, yeah, that's Mike. You know, there is no difference.
Confidently navigate your brand's future, fit for purpose and poised for success.